At Direct Service Overhead, we know how much trust you put in the individuals who have the privilege of working on the components of your home. We understand that a broken garage door is the last thing you want to be worried about, and most of the time, doors break at the most inconvenient times. Our professionally trained technicians service 24 hours a day, and our high-cycle parts are guaranteed to make a noticeable impact on your garage door without putting a damper on your wallet. If you're looking for need of assistance maintaining your current garage door, our team has the experience and expertise to deliver the results you deserve. Give Direct Service Overhead a call today or visit us online to learn more.
Yeah. Oh, I'm here. I had to share across social media. Just simmer down, Mr. Bloodline, and I got something else to do right here for you. I got something to do right here. Here we go. Oh, baby. Oh, there we go. Oh. The taste of the victory, baby. I bet them corn dogs are sour in Baton Rouge tonight. But they're bad. I bet they've gone bad. No, they probably ate them all. Who we kidding? I didn't do the countdown, did I? 3, 2, 1, yo! Razorbacks get a huge win on the road. The best road win of Sam Pittman's career in his 2 years. How about that? The Hogs. They get the dub. 16-13. I know a lot of you were the same way I was, and especially the third quarter. It was like, I don't know. I just don't know. Or the second quarter, rather. The second quarter. I gotta say, this is the first time I've seen just awful play calling tonight by Kendall Briles, but he got bailed out by Barry Odom. Barry Odom, what is he now? 3-0 against freshman quarterbacks? Forget about it. What a win, man. What a win. Nice cut. Thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you. I had to cut the luscious locks. I'm drinking a Stella Artois Solstice Lager, by the way. All right. No, this stream is not for the children's. It's not for the children's. All right? Okay. What a win. I told you guys. Look, I'm Team Slush. All right? I'm Team Slush. Slusher has gotten better week by week, and you can see he's digging the position. Like he's got it. I mean, he didn't get beat all game. At least I don't think he did. No, there was hardly any vertical throws in this game other than that very lucky touchdown throw, which I think, by LSU, which 2 times out of 10 does not happen. Or only 2 times out of 10 would that ball get caught for a score. I think they called defensive pass interference. That was the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever seen. I'm going to kind of go all over the place because this is such a huge win for the Razorbacks. I will say this, Knox nearly cost the Razorbacks. He cost them quite a bit tonight on a drive that who knows how it could have ended up. That was foolish. That was foolish. And for anyone who's like, yeah, but they got to call the flag on the sidelines or whatever. Look, if you've watched enough college football to know, I mean, it doesn't matter. They do it in all levels of football. If you retaliate, you will get called. And what's funny is they gave him plenty of chances to walk away. I kept saying when I was watching, I'm like, dude, Knox, just go. They're going to call flag here any second. And they didn't. It wasn't until I think it was number 8 for LSU where he kind of this innocent bystander, at least he looked that way to me. I think number 8 was just hey, yeah, what's going on? So, oh shit. Come on, dude. You can't do that. You got to cool it. You cannot let your emotions get the better of you. People are trying to justify it. Well, in that scenario, no, you don't do that. Never. The illegal formation that he got called for later, I don't know. I thought he was on the line of scrimmage. Of course, in real time, I don't rewind in real time. I don't want to be behind. I hate being behind. 7-3 haters, eat my shorts. 8-4 is sexy for year 2. Still got to beat Mizzou. I know it looks like a guaranteed win right now because Mizzou is, they're shit. But they're scrappy. They've got plenty of offense. We'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. Right now, we got to focus on celebrating this win on Sunday, and then Monday it's right back to work. Your biggest challenge. Well, your second biggest challenge of the year against Alabama. Who do they play today? New Mexico Tech State High School. Who did they play today? I don't even know. I'm just saying. You talk about needing a bye week. They probably benched their starters at the end of the first quarter. I'm pretty sure they're going to treat that like a. They're going to have a little bit of an advantage coming into this week. They there's no doubt. And Saban kind of has. He gets mad when the media brings it up, but he benches guys sometimes a little early, and sometimes they give up some shit points in the end of a game, because he's rotating his threes in. That didn't happen today. Of course, they were playing a high school, so gonna have to prepare for Bama. I don't know. I'm still running off the emotions of this game. Holy crap! I'm gonna be real. I didn't think Arkansas was gonna win it, especially when LSU took that lead. I was like, that's it. The offense. This is probably Kendall Browse's worst game. I would say it's just behind the Georgia game. But look, you can't put it all on KB, as angry as everyone was, and people are shooing him off to the Big 12 and everything. Look, man, the guy for the most part this season has called some pretty damn solid games. You've got the number 4 rushing attack in the country, or what are they in total offense? Top 20, top 25 total offense. Yeah, they don't put enough points up. I agree with that. I'd like for them to be, at 34, 35 points a game. But you know what? So would the other half of the SEC. It's not easy to do in this conference. On the road against LSU in that hostile environment, we have to consider the circumstances. That is a tough place to win at. You've done it 3 times ever. I think it was 3. Pretty sure it was 3 times. 3 times. And Pittman did it his first year on the road there. That's huge. Odom, definitely the coordinator of the game. I thought the defense was spectacular. Oh, my goodness. That secondary. They were phenomenal, man. They were phenomenal. I mean, I get it. LSU kind of doing this whole 2-quarterback, the 2-quarterback rotation thing, whatever. Look, when you got 2 QBs, you've got no QBs. Ask Chad Morris. When you start a guy and then you bench him for the freshman, and like that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. But regardless, I thought against both quarterbacks they did great. And Odom is yeah. You don't want to have a freshman quarterback up against Barry Odom. I mean, he called a wonderful game. Hayden, Henry, oh my gosh, that sack. So it's 3rd and 20 now. And Arkansas finally gives up. Like they give up that 20. I think that was the longest pass of the game for LSU, I believe, that 20-yarder on 3rd and 20. You know, I'm kind of going all over the place here. Again, we're kind of riding the emotions of this game. It was incredible. I mean, it was incredible. Defense, for the most part, I would say 90% of this game was fantastic. That 4th down, when was that? In the 3rd quarter. Running back had half his body over the marker. That was, I mean, the offensive line just took advantage and pushed. I think that was either Ridgeway or Nichols. I don't know who that was at the nose tackle on that 4th down. I think it was Ridge. It was really the only time where I felt like, oh man, they're gonna have to. That was bad. That was actually bad. For the most part, I mean, again, 90% of this game, this defense was spectacular. Tip of the cap to LSU. They're banged up. But they're at home, man. That's how they got their 13 points, was being at home. That is one of the best home field advantages in college football, if not the best home field advantage. That's why Arkansas doesn't win there often, even when you think Arkansas is the better program. Odom and the D deserve big credit. I was so impressed. Of course, Little. What was Little? 3 for 3? 4 for 4? What did he do tonight? It's ridiculous, man. And KJ Jefferson out here looking like he's drenched himself in butter or oil or something. Like, my man, nobody could tackle this guy. He's so strong. He's so difficult to deal with as a defender. Arkansas's issue is they over-pursue when they get to a quarterback. Everyone else's issue with getting to KJ is like, first off, it's getting to KJ, although Georgia and LSU did a good job of it. And then secondly, it's bringing him to the turf, bringing him down to the field. Yeah, they didn't have a super productive game on offense, but, again, KJ, I mean, my man balled out when they're trying to sack him, trying to force him to make mistakes or whatever. He was 18 to 25. Here we go again with this high percentage stuff out of him. It's incredible. Only 142 yards, only about 6 yards per completion, just under. But he added another touchdown, no interceptions. He had 15 carries for 41 yards. Arkansas did run for about 139 yards total, 3.5 yards as an offense. Treylon was slippery. Treylon kind of gave you that needed cushion. I just don't understand some of y'all. Some of you guys no, Treylon's garbage now. What? No, he's not. He's just not RB1. You guys are kind of some of you, not all of you. Some of you are prisoners of the moment. Like, yeah, I get it. Like on that 3rd and 4, they give it to him, and we've seen this before. We saw this on a 4th down. Who was that against? I don't remember. It was 4th down and 4. And they just give it to Treylon. Of course, he gets tackled at the line of scrimmage. It was just, I get it. That shouldn't have gone to him. He shouldn't have been that guy there. That doesn't make him garbage. He's still a good back. You guys cave in on players too much. Stop being prisoners of the moment, please. Just stop. Realize that this is despite the fact that they're banged up, despite the fact that they're down this year, there's more talent on that defense than Arkansas has up and down that roster in terms of star power. And maybe, obviously, developed talent is different. Developed talent, I think Arkansas has more overall developed talent simply because they're not as banged up as LSU, right? LSU is, what are they down, 10 guys? But got to stop being prisoners of the moment. Kendall Briles has done a fantastic job year 2. You don't get top 4 rushing offense in the country by being a garbage OC. I'm sorry. I'm not hopping on that train. That's bullshit, and I think most of you know it. That's a stupid argument that we just need to shoo away Kendall Briles. Scoring offense needs to pick it up, and I'll agree with that all day long. And I'm skeptical of his first and third down play calling. He gets super conservative. He runs it a lot, but we've seen him. You go back to so many games this year. I mean, they find a way on offense to get it done, and that play to Dominic Johnson, that pass was call it what you will, but Dominic Johnson was downfield and he was there to bail out KJ. I mean, that was a great play, but I think some of that had to do with the play call as well. LSU, guys, has clearly turned the corner on defense. What they did last week against Bama, it looks like that's their defense now. They've changed. Now, this is where I'm not real happy with Kendall Briles. He didn't make any adjustments at all for this team. He didn't change anything. He watched film on what LSU did with Bama, and he made no changes. At the end of the day, he won the game, 16-13. But, some of that was him getting bailed out and then your defense playing their asses off. I mean, this is not a good game for KB. I'll admit that all day long. Georgia was not a good game for KB, but you also have to consider who you just played against, where you played these teams, and they do have, regardless of how many injuries, they still have the guys behind them are highly rated 4 and 5 star players, and those matter. Those matter. If you say they don't, you're full of shit. If you say they don't matter, you're full of shit. You need to stop watching college football. Star power matters, man. Nick Saban's not winning national championships and making the college football playoffs with 3 stars and maybe a few 4 stars a year, okay? That's not what's happening, right? Clemson didn't dominate because they were 25th in recruiting every year. Let's get real here. It drives me crazy how quickly people just jump ship. I think Kendall is a capable OC. Is he elite? No, I don't think he's elite. Is he going to be hard to replace? I mean, luckily for the next OC, who if he does leave, you've got some talent to work with here. Yeah, you lost Burks. You're going to lose Burks, Devion Warren. Tyson Morris will be gone. You're going to lose quite a bit of your offensive line, but I like the guys coming up, even though your twos didn't look so hot against UAPB in the second half in Little Rock. I still like the fact that Sam Pittman's your head coach, and look at the job that Coach Kennedy has done with this O-line this year. And the guys behind these starters, you've got some 4 stars. You got some guys that were highly rated, and guys I think, my God, Sam Pittman's your head coach. Like I don't think they take a huge step back. They could, but I don't think they do. You're stacked on offense next year, but it's going to be hard to replace what Briles has done in terms of, again, rushing offense and total offense. It drives me crazy with his conservative calls. It drives me crazy. 1st and 10, it's going to be a give up the gut, or it's just going to be a run every time. They did open it up a little bit on a couple of first downs tonight, though. They did. I'll give them credit. But I agree with you guys who were upset after the Georgia game, because I was too with KB. And tonight, again, your defense, KJ bailed you out, and of course Little bailed you out tonight. But I don't think it was a completely shit game for him, but it wasn't a very good one. I'll say that. It was pretty bad. It was not good. Pit Boss getting another raise. Yeah, so he got 250 after last week. I don't know what the raise is here. Someone's going to have to fill me in on this. He's not garbage, but some of his play calling is. We had on Discord today, you guys missed it. It was awesome. We had Stephen Hamner from QB Spotlight. A lot of you missed. That was a blast. John Hawes was there. Kelly Marie was there for a little bit, a few others. And something we talked about was situational awareness, and I think that's something that KB just doesn't have. I just think he takes every game the same way. He approaches every game the same way. Kansas beat Texas. That's so awesome. Oh, my gosh. It's such a good day. Brandon Tybalt. Am I pronouncing that right? Tybalt. I was swearing at KB the whole game, but I will take an ugly win. You and me both, and I was complaining about it a lot. Daytona Beach. Hey, Ty, I don't know about you. Saw a ton of potential LSU Tiger transfer portals we could snatch up. I hope so. Anyone complaining about KJ is a complete moron. I don't know who's complaining about KJ. Yeah, KJ was a baller, man. Oh, my gosh. Do me a favor. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. And look, even if we disagree on the Kendall Briles stuff, and even though I said if you want to run him off, I think you haven't looked. You weren't looking what we just came out of for the last 3 or 4 years on offense. Like, I think we've forgotten how bad things – but that's okay. We can agree to disagree. Kendall Briles has had 2 games where I'm just like, what the hell was this? There have been a couple of games this year for sure, but you can't do it every game. Some good coaching. Oh, my gosh. Some great coaching tonight. Arkansas was getting outclassed early on, and LSU's skill was showing big time. Great job by Sam Pittman. He made some big-time calls. I agree, Sean. KJ could read a defense. Let's see. KJ could read a defense. Our offense would be like Ole Miss, not complaining about him, but that's a fact. I don't know about that. In fact, I don't agree with that, JR. I think he reads the defense pretty good. What I think happened today was LSU dialing up a ton of pressure. I think the fact that you don't have another target to throw to. They don't. I don't care what anybody's. That's the fact. The fact is there's no one else to throw to. No one else is getting open. If they smother Treylon Burks, from what I could tell this year, most of the year, not all the year, but especially against teams like LSU who actually have the talent, and you're unable to get that run game going early on like they've been able to do before in other games, you're in trouble. And they were stacking the box. The looks were somewhat multiple, but they were still bringing the heat. I got to disagree about that. I think KJ actually reads defenses pretty well. He locks on one receiver. Been doing it all season. Fact. Hey, guess what, JR? Just because you say fact, it doesn't make it a fact. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that doesn't make it true. You can say that all you want. That doesn't make it true. I mean, how many quarterbacks have done what KJ's done with this type of schedule and the body of work? You're not going to find very many. This offense is not a passing offense. How many – can you name the second receiver in this offense? Because I can't. I can't. Name the second receiver he has to throw to. He goes through his reads and progressions. Man, I had a guy that analyzes quarterbacks on our Discord tonight telling us exactly what he thinks of KJ, and you and him disagree. So you're talking about a guy who does this for a living versus you. And I think you're wrong. I think he's right. QB Spotlight knows what he's talking about. KJ has done a fantastic job. Again, you could say fact all you want. That doesn't make it true. Tykees Crawford going to be a beast. I agree. People crying about KB. LSU has elite players on that defense. It's tough to call. Plays against that. They held Bama to 22 rushing yards. I thought it was 6. I thought they held him to 6. KJ checks down most every play, and I think a lot of that's because they don't have – I think that's a lot of it's by design. There's not another player open downfield. There's nothing open downfield. He wasn't given the time to go through his reads. Go back and watch time how long until he gets pressured. He said before, and he said this on who was interviewing him? It might have been coming out of fall camp, and someone had asked him about his time, like, how much time he thinks he has. He rattled off like 2.5 seconds. He was not given the time to go through his reads. Guys, when they're bringing pressure like that, you have to have a check down throw. And for them, and I've complained about this, why you have an option on 3rd and long, why you call a play. I don't mind there being an outside read. I don't mind there being an outside a player out in the flats to throw to. I don't mind as long as that's a running back, or if you're throwing to a receiver, maybe a tunnel screen, or if you're doing something like that. They have called plays. It's like a 3rd down throw, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 12, and it's a yard. It's a half yard behind the line of scrimmage. Why is that even a route on 3rd and for Arkansas? 3rd and 7 might as well be 3rd and 15. Why is that a route? I've been griping and bitching about this all year. Why are you calling a play where your only other check down, and LSU's bringing heat, and your check down throw is a half yard behind the line of scrimmage? That drives me crazy, and I think a lot of us will agree on that. So, yeah, he has to throw his check down because, number one, he doesn't have another receiver. Burks is going to almost always have double coverage. There's going to be a corner playing tight man or probably zone with a safety playing over the top, maybe in cover 2 zone. You now have to get past these two, and Burks is good. There's no doubt. Treylon Burks, if anybody can do it, it's Burks. But we have to remember this is LSU. What's their nickname? What is LSU? What has LSU been called for the last 15 years? DBU. Their backups, their third string guys probably start over maybe not Mo Brown. By the way, Mo Brown, tip of the cap to Mo Brown tonight. Woo! But yeah, so I complain there's not enough cross routes. Why are there not more open underneath routes, maybe 10 and unders or 8-yard comeback routes, something. And we talked about this. Me and Steven Hamner, again, QB Spotlight, we're talking about this tonight and earlier today when I had him in Discord. They don't stretch the field enough. They're not calling enough vertical routes. And my point was what I said back, Texas is trash. You are completely correct. YouTube is biased towards Texas because they made me approve that comment. I don't know why. It's almost as if they're in cahoots together. They probably are. Big tech. But he and I both talked about this. I think one of the reasons is Mike Woods being gone has had a huge effect on this offense. They don't have. I think that's why they're not calling enough, fade and go routes downfield. Not as many 20-yard. It's not that they're not doing them. I mean, after all, he does have a great arm, and we have seen him. We have seen it on display. He has a really high completion percentage on long throws, but I want to see more of those. You need to stretch the field out more. That's what the RPO is designed to do. If you want to run, you can run, but it's meant for those linebackers and safety to bite on those reads. And then you're supposed to be able to chuck the ball downfield or whatever, cross routes, hitch, come back, whatever. Throw the ball downfield. And they're not doing enough of that. And I don't know why. The only thing I can come up with is nobody else is getting open. They don't have a number 2 receiver. And it has at times plagued them. Tarl says, talk about arm. Burks has a cannon. Burks is, I think I read for his career, he's 0 for 7 on those double passes. There's another thing I can gripe about. Why are we calling a double pass on third down and whatever it was behind our 15-yard line early in the game? Why are you doing that? You're risking so much by doing. I don't care that the ball's in his hands and Treylon Burks' hands. I don't care. You're risking so much by doing that. What happens if a safety or a DB makes a perfect read on that and they're back there now? You've got to punt the ball from the 2-yard line or the 5-yard line. Now your punter is in the back of the end zone. Why? Why does he do this every game? But again, I defend KB as much as I complain about him. Receivers are coming next year. You're not lying about that, Scott. Yeah, we coming. We coming. We coming for the Hawes. Oh, I'm so glad his last game against us he loses, and he lost it in just heartbreaking fashion in OT. Yeah, I again, we could make this whole thing about Kendall Briles. I'll come to my senses tomorrow and try to catch the game again and watch the highlights and watch the bad stuff too and just try to catch as much of the game as I can again tomorrow. And I'll come to my senses a little bit. But I would say his play calling tonight was like a D-. Georgia, probably a D-, yeah. The double pass safer than double revert. That is true. You're not wrong. That's what's crazy is you're not wrong, Sean Alexander. You're not wrong, but it's still so dangerous. Go Burrow. Go Tigers. Ty Bumper Pool may be the best linebacker we've had in a long time. Dude, Bumper Pool, Hayden Henry and Bumper Pool. Of course, Hayden Henry didn't have as many big plays, but Bumper, man, when he gets a hold of a guy, he's not letting go. Briles will be a head coach next year, Ty. Who would you like to see I'm not even – Manny, I would love to answer that, but there's 100 names, and they're all kind of rolling through my head. I'm going to wait until we know for a fact that he's gone. I've been asked that a lot. I do appreciate the question, Manny. I've been asked that so many times. I'm just kind of – I don't know. Let's get through the year first. If he leaves – I don't know, man. I mean, maybe there's a shot they can convince him to come back. I don't know. It's just amazing to me that people are like, get him out of here. What? Okay, I'm not harping on that again. It's like we've forgotten. It's like we've forgotten everything the last few years. Arkansas, it was so hard to get back to this point. Ty, can you explain how a defensive lineman can get a delay of game penalty? Just curious. Yeah, I didn't understand that call. My only thing is I think what they were calling maybe was encroachment or if I remember right, a player jumps. So what happens if someone on the line of scrimmage jumps and it forces the offensive line to react, it's a penalty. I don't know why they call it delay of game. Maybe he just messed up his what he was trying to say. Y'all gonna need a bunch of help playing Alabama next weekend. Thank you, Addison. We're very well aware of that. Just like when you should have lost to Arkansas at home. What's your bowl and opponent prediction, Ty? I'm not there yet. I don't know, man. Because if you win 8, it's a different ball game, right? And 8 wins is on the table. That table got a little bit shorter. Hey, Addison, the Ole Miss fan in chat. Hey, I hope all those. How many times did your guys drop today? I'm just curious. How many injuries were on the field? I'm not trying to be an asshole to the Ole Miss fan. I'm not. I promise. I'm just curious. How many injuries? God, you guys have to be decimated at this point, right? Delay of game is called when a defensive player mimics the snap count. Okay. All right. Yeah, he may have given that explanation on TV. I can't remember. Flippy floppy. I'm hoping Arkansas gets a bowl in Florida. Yeah, that's what a lot of people want. They want to go to Florida. Oh gosh. Ashton, I hope all 45 of those injuries you guys sustained today, I hope they're all okay. I really do. I hope they're all right. KJ Scaredy Cat Jefferson is the man of the match. Confirm or deny? Scaredy Cat? I don't know, man. Looked like he clowned a few LSU Tigers tonight. I'll say that. Addison's butthurt. So what was wrong with KJ tonight? What do you mean what was wrong? Dude. What? I mean, what game did you watch? 18 to 25. 142. No option to throw downfield, and some of that I think was on Kendall for not dialing up more routes downfield. 15 carries, 41 yards. Yeah, it's not his average. I think he did all right. Unless you're talking, was he hobbling around? Are you talking about like injuries? Because I don't know. So on the ground again, we talked about it. Dominic Johnson held to a pretty ugly game. 14 carries, 39 yards. How about Reed Bowers? Oh my gosh, that fake. Oh, God, I loved it. Oh, Fountain is just redeeming himself week by week, even though we had to burn a timeout in the first half because special teams once again didn't know what was going on. But, that's just expected. But it's like, look at Little this year, right? Look at that. Look at that fake on special teams. That was great, man. That was great. AJ Green, one kick return was terrible. The other one was great. Bryce Stevens returning punts. I hope that's something we see more of. 2 returns, 26 yards. And Cam Little on the road was 3 of 3. He's the most impactful freshman Arkansas has had in quite some time. Reed Bauer punted the ball 7 times for 306 yards. He had 3 punts down inside the 20. Is that right? And I didn't catch Sam Lloyd punting. Apparently Sam Lloyd came out and punted and had a 37-yarder. So he punted 8 times. LSU punted 8. You held their quarterbacks. I'm telling you, man, the secondary was on it. 2 picks, 1 touchdown. Again, that touchdown, they only catch that 2 times out of 10. I mean, that was I don't want to call it luck. But it seemed like it. I mean, but it was still a well-placed ball by Nussmeier. It was a well-placed ball by him, but it's like the corner just all he had to do was turn his head around. Or was it Brooks on coverage? Fouché? I can't remember. But Nussmeier was 18 of 31, 179 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Max Johnson, again, we talked about this Friday and we talked about it today on the Discord. They were going to use 2 quarterbacks, and then Max Johnson threw the ball 7 times. Davis Price tonight held under 4 yards a carry. He had the ball 28 times, 106 yards, 3.8 yards per carry. His longest run from the line of scrimmage was 13 yards. Arkansas had multiple 20-yard runs from the line of scrimmage. And, one, Reed Bauer shouldn't. I mean, Reed Bauer, does it count? Not really. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Didn't come out of just him out of the backfield. I mean, obviously it was off a punt, but that was a beautiful fake punt. It was beautiful. Burks did run the ball once for 5 yards. I mean, Treylon Burks was taken out of this game. 1 carry for 5 yards, 4 catches for a whopping 16 yards. Dominic Johnson was your leading receiver, 2 catches, 40 yards, and he had that touchdown. Wide open. Beautiful. Beautiful job by KJ to find Dominic Johnson wide open downfield. That's the sort of stuff that happens on NCAA football, on EA Sports. It's in the game. That's the kind of shit that happens on EA NCAA 14. Like, oh, there's a guy running free. It's the running back. He's going to score 40 yards, touchdown. Tyson Morris, again, he does this. He may not be a consistent number 2 receiver, but he's timely, man. When you need him the most, he's there. He had 3 catches, 31 yards. He went down, but he ended up coming back. Their leading receiver was Jake Beck, 4 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Again, LSU, 42 carries, 108 yards, 2.6 yards per carry. Arkansas 40 carries for 139. Both it was a physical football game without a doubt. Just another year. Yeah, I'm thinking 2023 if I'm being honest. Burks got shut down and should never be allowed to throw the ball again. Yeah, I think, like I said, I'm pretty sure he's 0 for 7 throwing the ball in his career. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong on that. No, I mean he did. He got shut down today. I mean he did. He's not wrong. He was minimized today, big time. We just won in Death Valley. I'm telling you, man, that is so huge. That was huge. Steve Little, now Cam Little. Oh, very few people know who that is. Steve Little, rest in peace. Razorback legend. One of the greatest. You need to Google him. You youngsters need to Google Steve Little. That dude was unreal. The 6-man front had to be hard to prepare for, less than a week. The win was solid. Right. And I don't think anyone's saying the win wasn't solid. Difficult to prepare for. Is it obvious I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep, and here I am drinking a beer? It is difficult to prepare for, but they did see it against Alabama. This wasn't a surprise like it was to the Crimson Tide. It looked to me like there wasn't a whole lot of preparation for what LSU does on defense. It kind of looked like they pulled a little bit out of their ass. It looked like the game was going to start off fine. It looked like, okay, all right, Arkansas, not bad, not horrible, and then they never did anything again. You know, they took the lead 3-0, then of course LSU jumped out. Hang on, I was tagged on another Discord here. The boot returns. That is huge. That's big, you guys. We got a super chat, $5 super chat, celebrating with Sonic Corn Dog. Go get a few yourself with this tie. Oh, thank you so much. I already had dinner. We had baked potato soup tonight. Woo Pig and Cam Little has ice in his veins. 3 for 3, man. There's a lot of compliments to go around. I was really impressed with what we saw out of Arkansas. Obviously, Cam Little just not – I mean, you know, the smell of corn dogs didn't bother him a bit, you guys. The crowd and the corn dogs didn't bother him a bit. 3 for 3. Congrats to him. What a game by KJ. Rolling out. Didn't kill the stat sheet, but showing off a little bit of escapability tonight was huge for him. You don't prepare for a lot of pressure if KJ just manhandles the people thinking they can tackle the beast that is KJ. That's true. That's true. Kansas was chanting SEC. Oh, my God. I want to hear that. I want to hear that so bad. LSU quarterback has a punchable. Oh, that's great. I don't condone violence, but that's funny. That's hilarious. He's got such a punchable face. I didn't really get a look at it, but there are so few highlights of the game. So really quick, let's look around what happened in college football. Let's take a look at these scores. Arkansas will obviously jump. They got that dub, 16-13. Oregon right now is on top of Washington State, 14-7. What was that game in the third quarter? San Diego State, who's right in front of you, is struggling a little bit with Nevada, 10-7. Georgia and Tennessee. Okay. Tennessee did score the most points that anyone has scored on Georgia, but who cares? They lost 41-17. Look at us. We scored 17. Yeah, okay. If you were in the West, you'd have like 3 wins right now. Shut up. Alabama 59-3 over New Mexico Tech State High. Yeah. Arkansas played UAPB. I get it. Everyone plays a high school team every once in a while. I mean, no disrespect. UAPB, hey, look, UAPB, I love you. You're an Arkansas school, and you're not Arkansas State. Everybody hates Arkansas State. I don't care. I don't care that they're in Arkansas. Purdue lost to Ohio State. I was a little bit surprised. Like, this thing was over pretty early. I think at halftime it was like 42-10 or something. It was crazy. Or no, maybe it was not as high as I thought. Maybe it was the third quarter when Ohio State. No, it was. My bad. Yeah. It was a lot. It's 45-10 at half. 59-31. So number 19 Purdue does go down. Michigan escapes Penn State, so Penn State they're not going to be passing you. That was a game to watch because if they win that, they might pass you, right? Beating a top 10, top 8 team in Michigan. But Michigan wins 21-17. Michigan State thumps Maryland 40-21. Baylor downs Oklahoma 27-14. Down go the Sooners. Notre Dame 28-3. Oklahoma State. Are they legit? Are they legit? I know they had a statue unveiling today of Barry Sanders, like the greatest, really the only greatest thing to ever happen to that school, outside of hiring Gundy, who's been phenomenal. Oklahoma State won 63-17. 63-17. Yeah, I get it. I get what's happening at TCU, but still, that's ridiculous. Ole Miss beating A&M 29-19. That's disappointing. Wake Forest beats NC State. There's another top 20 team that goes down. NC State ranked number 16. They lost 45-42 to Wake. They may not drop that much, really, because Wake is number 12. Mississippi State over Auburn, 43-34. That was a pretty interesting game. I caught a piece of that. Wisconsin, unfortunately, wins, so they're not going to drop, even though it was just Northwestern, 35-7. Iowa beat Minnesota 27-22. And UTSA continues they're unbeaten, man. How about that? Traylor and Barry Loney killing it down there. They won 27-17 over Southern Miss. Number 24, Utah got a win, 38-29. And Pittsburgh beat North Carolina. That was Thursday night, 30-23. Cincinnati over South Florida, 45-28. They gave up 28 to South Florida. I still can't take them serious. I'm sorry. I can't take Cincinnati serious. I can't. So, offense was not good tonight, but credit the LSU defense. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, people act like LSU, they had all these injuries, Ty. Arkansas should have scored 50. Look, I picked Arkansas to win 30, 34 or 32 to 24 or something. And you got to give credit to both these defenses, man. It was great. You see the Arkansas State basketball coach yelling at fans and throwing something onto the court. I didn't catch that. I did not catch that. 10-0, birds up, says Hoyt. I've said since preseason that we will go 8-4 plus a bowl game. Are you saying they get their 8th win in the bowl game? That looks to be the case, but Bama isn't the Bama from the last few years. They're beatable. Just saying. Going after the 3 Bs. Thank you for the comment. Don't tread on me. I appreciate it. Nothing but fun, Chuck. That's what we do here. We rib. We get a few Mississippi State. We don't get very many Ole Miss fans in here. We get a few Mississippi State fans. We had some Texas fans that were butthurt for weeks. Oh, my gosh. They were coming in here for a while. Boy, they've just disappeared, haven't they? So, yeah. Smile. Just a win after since 2015 is great. Yeah, I agree, Randall. Don't tread on me, says 9-4. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Arkansas will lose to Bama by 10. Trash Missouri. Arkansas will lose to Bama by 10. Trash Missouri and go 9-4. Listen, 7-5 year and 2. Not very many predicted that. Not very many. Not these talking pundits, the national media, even some of the local people thought that 7 might be the absolute ceiling. Now it looks like 8 is the ceiling. My original prediction was 8-4. And then obviously week by week, oh, by the way, I picked what am I on the year now? I'm 8-2 on my picks this year. Yeah. All right. Outpatient 1988. Oh, okay. If we lose to Bama, do we fall out of the top 25? Probably depends on the score, right? Like if you get absolutely just destroyed, you got to imagine. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. We got to cross that bridge when we get to it. 3 Bs. Yeah, I'm aware. Bowl eligibility, the boot, and Bama. Yeah, I think we watched the game. Woo Pig, I prayed for this win. Thank you, Jesus. Hogs will beat Mizzou. Bama 21, Hogs 24. So, okay. You guys are giving me your predictions already for Bama. Okay. Eagle. Eagle with Discord. I love it. Do you guys want to see this? Hang on. Let me flip the old screen here. I love this. There's Eagle. I guess that's Eagle. Look at that beard. Oh my gosh, so luscious. And the long wavy locks. And the corn dog. Is that a Sonic corn dog, Eagle? This is our Discord. If you're not in here, you need to get in here. We have fun here most of the time. Ty Hudson, Mo Brown is underrated as a corner. I've been bragging on him all year, man. When he's healthy, that dude is a baller. Look at that. Look at Eagle. Wearing his seatbelt. Okay, good citizen. Look at the beard, man. That beard game is strong. I'm impressed. If that's him. I don't know. Maybe he took that off Twitter. Yes, it is. He says it is him. All right. Thank you so much to Super Chat. Patreon supporters, we went over. We're at 21. Oh, do we finally break 20? We'll see. I also got cleared by YouTube. We're going to have a new so YouTube has a new feature. It's pretty neat. It's similar to Patreon. Congratulations, you're one step closer to launching memberships. So I don't think you can see the memberships yet. I got to create some badges and some custom emojis. But eventually, I don't think they're there yet. But it's similar to Patreon. So for people who just don't want to go to Patreon, you'll have another option as soon as I get that up and running. As soon as we get the memberships available. It's similar to Patreon. In fact, it is Patreon, really. Just not. It's Google's Patreon, really. But it just goes towards helping out the channel. There's tiers and everything. But shout out to the Patreon supporters, sponsors. We did not do our, of course, shout out to sponsors. Direct Service Overhead. I didn't do my read. Direct Service Overhead, they operate out of Northwest Arkansas and Central Arkansas. They do great work. They post their stuff. Feel free to follow them on Facebook. Again, that's Direct Service Overhead. They will replace or repair your garage door. Give them a call for an estimate. You could check out their link provided for you down below. And, of course, Stated Apparel. Stated Apparel, who sell the softest shirts in the world, made locally right here in Arkansas. You can check out their entire inventory. Their link is also provided for you down below in the description box. And they carry Southern Marsh and what's the other brand here? I had it typed out. Southern Marsh and Native clothing brands. So, yeah. My beard usually looks better. I didn't fix it up today. Oh gosh. It looked fine. All right. So, again, thank you guys so much. Monday show, 11 o'clock. I want to say a special shout out to QB Spotlight, who was in our Discord today. Again, you guys missed an awesome. I thought that was really cool. Really, really good interview with QB Spotlight in our Discord. We're going to try and do some more stuff like that. I don't know when. I'd love to have him on, probably for Bama. Definitely would love to have him on for Mizzou. So maybe we'll bring him in. I did record a part of that, the interview. I'm going to see if I can get that uploaded. The first part of the interview is just basically breaking down what he's thought about Kendall Briles and KJ Jefferson so far this season. The rest of the interview was not recorded, and that was the LSU breakdown. But I thought Mr. Hamner did an awesome job. So, yeah. Don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Check out all the links. If you want to become a Patreon supporter, that all goes towards helping out the channel. Our goal this month was 20. I feel like we need to up it to 25, though. But my goal is 20. We came close. We were one shy. So if you guys want to get in on that, that'd be great. LSU going to get our boot back next year. Go Tigers. Hey, good game, though, Julie. Good game. That was a hard-fought game. It really was. All respect. Edo was pretty respectful of Arkansas, complimented the Razorbacks for even playing them last year when Arkansas clearly should have backed out because of COVID protocols. He gave Sam Pittman a really good compliment on Monday. I thought that was really cool. So great game. Great game tonight. We'll see what LSU does for their coaching search. All right, Woo Pig, I will see you guys on Monday, 11 o'clock. Be here. Monday. Go Hawks.